It's baby.
Baby.
Baby doll.
Beating me in 2 fantasy leagues.
And you're technically Team Leishman, aren't you?
I don't control that one.
It's just there.
I think I'm technically an owner of it through another email, but it's just there. It's a ghost team.
So technically, I'm playing you in all 3.
Yeah, well, kind of. Did you watch
By
Babe?
default. Yes, I watched all but 10 minutes of it.
Ooh, the best 10 minutes, one would argue.
Did you watch Babe?
I watched Babe.
Come on, iPad.
It's a fucking George Miller movie, ain't it?
It's a fucking George Miller movie.
Have you seen? We'll talk about it. I'm ready. We should be just like a sexy ass pig in the city, I guess. Is that the intro?
We could be that. The other thing I thought about was, well, I had 2 thoughts. I had one of us being in the city and one of us just being a pig and one of us being Carrie Bradshaw. So it's Sex in the City and Pig in the City.
That's kind of funny.
The other one I thought of was
that.
us pretending to be Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert talking about our favorite films of 1998.
That'd be good too. I think we should do the Sex in the City one. We'll save the Siskel and Ebert diatribe for later because I have lots of thoughts on that. Yeah.
I mean, I've got them as one as a fact and one as a critic review. So.
Well, yeah, we have plenty to. Let's do Sex in the City. You want to be Carrie? What's her name? Samantha. And then
her name is Carrie.
Her name's Samantha, and then the pig is Babe.
Sarah Jessica Parker is Carrie Bradshaw. She's not Samantha. I don't know.
All right, I'll be the pig, I guess. I'll just be like looking for like pig shit.
But I'm gonna pull up the Sex and the City theme song.
Okay.
To play a little bit.
You can do that. This came out the same year as Thin Red Line and
Saving Private.
Saving Private Ryan. It's cool do that for like 5 seconds and then we can go.
Yeah, I'll just kind of fade it out. All right. I am recording this real quick. Sound check. Lovely. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you recording?
The YouTube?
Oh yeah, you are. I didn't see it for some reason.
It was like right when you fucking got on.
That's why. Quick-witted.
Okay.
Random shifts.
1, 2, 3, play.
Oh, Carrie. What did you get up to this weekend?
Oh, you know me. I got my nails done. I got in a fight with my boyfriend, but we're out here having sex in the city.
Ooh.
Not Sex and the City, even though it's called Sex and the City. But I'm out here living my best life as Carrie Bradshaw.
You, Carrie?
Yeah, I'm doing me.
I'm looking for some like mushrooms to eat, some truffles and stuff like that.
I do let's do maybe some truffles. Fries.
Yeah, or like some like trash in the garbage. That's what I got up to this weekend.
That's not really in the city there, babe.
Yeah. And then I was like rolling around. Oh, this great patch of mud I found out there in Central Park, just all over the mud, rolling around in it for hours. It seemed like.
Babe, you sound so much different. What happened to my friend Samantha, my babe?
And then
Oh, you're not Samantha. You're Babe Pig in the City.
that's right, Carrie. I hooked up with this guy, and his dick was huge.
God,
It was
you're gonna have
huge,
to spill
Carrie.
the tea. Let's go get
Yes,
martinis and talk about it.
let's do it, Carrie.
Ba-da-da-da,
I
da-da, da-da-da,
What's the Latin themes for
ba-da-da-da.
being in the city?
Ba-da-da. I don't know.
It should be like a more of a Manhattan. It should have been you thing.
I always tell Marina that intro to the HBO Max, that oh, is like one of my
Right.
favorite little intros.
It is great.
It's simple. It
Besides
makes you.
ours,
Oh, of course. We don't talk about that enough. Give Devin
we
his
have a top tier
props.
intro. He's yet to be on the show. Actually, he did the intro. He's never been on an episode. It turns out. Devin,
Yeah. He did the outro too.
He did the outro, which I think it's rare. I usually get to the outro and I'm like, next, more good, the bad, and the movies, please. Yeah.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago for Callie's birthday party, her cousin was in town, and we all went to dinner at this bar called The Divide, and we were listening to Marina's Taylor Swift playlist,
Yeah.
and the song False God from her Lover album came on, and I love the song. I was bopping to it. I think it's so sexy, but it was like, Marina, this is the song I put in one of our writer's block scripts. It was when we did Food Fight, the joint Carl's Jr. Hardee's one, and it's when Kristen Wiig and Will Forte are staying after hours to clean, and then they get it on over to this song. And Leanne was like, wait, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, Lucas and I used to do this thing. She was fully invested in the writer's block ideas.
And that's all she was fully invested in that trip. Yeah.
That weekend, yeah, that's the only thing.
That's it. That's good to hear.
On Sex in the City.
We should have had her on Sex in the City. That would have been timely. Because she was in the city, mind you. Anyways, I'm Lucas.
Brandon here.
Questions?
Oh, I've got questions for you, like crazy.
We have a movie. I watched a movie.
I watched a Mookie, but I think we're doing the same thing here. Questions for you. First question. Do you like the Mad Max series?
Oh, you know it's my favorite film franchise, Brandon.
Is it really your favorite film franchise?
I think, of course.
It's got to be up there.
I was going to say Alien is, but I also haven't seen like all of the Alien installments, like the Predators and the Resurrection and the. I do love the Aliens though, but I think it's this one. I love every single one of them. Yeah, all 5 of them. Go Mad Max. He's mad.
So mad. I also really like the Mission Impossibles as well.
Yeah, was you recently mainlined, right?
Except not Dead Reckoning, the newest one. But next question for you. Do you like children's movies that take an almost avant-garde twist?
I think you could say that I would.
I think that's right down your alley, I think.
Yeah. Also for Seth, who's sadly passed away this weekend.
Wait, Seth would like that, or you're thinking about Seth?
Seth would like that, and he also died.
Yeah, he's a goner, guys.
Yeah.
I can't remember what.
Fire. That's what happened.
I was just about to ask how he died. He drowned in a fire. It's crazy. Tragic. It only happened, and that death only happens to 14% of people. It's very rare.
It's super rare. You're right. Seth was one of the drowning burn victims.
Would you rather burn or to death or drown or freeze to death?
Ooh. Freeze. Yeah, go with that one.
Because you get to end your life naked?
Yeah, baby. Well, I mean, all of them you could ostensibly end it naked.
You could, yes. But usually freezing, you take off your own clothes at the end when you get that euphoric state.
And
one
usually
last
the
foot.
flames burn the clothes off before your skin.
Usually, but not always. Not when you drown in fire. And my last question for you. Oh, he's
Yeah.
gone. My
Yeah.
last question for you is: do you like the voice actress who voices Tommy Pickles from Rugrats?
I do. And the other voice actor from Rugrats as well. I like them as well.
Yeah, Chucky as well. Well, if you've answered yes to liking the Mad Max series, uh, children's movies with an avant-garde twist, or the voice actress who voiced Tommy Pickles from Rugrats, you've come to the right
3 for
place.
3.
This is the good, the babe, and the movies.
Ooh, you were sitting on that one. Snetty Weddy Snetty. Um, that's good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. But it is the good, the bad in the movies, to be clear to the
Just so you
audience.
guys know.
What if they stumbled on and they thought that we were actually the good, the babe in the movies, and they're like, "Oh no, I clicked the wrong podcast. I thought I was listening to the number 8 bad movie podcast in America."
Yeah. They're not sexy enough to be the good, the babe in the
They're
movies.
not sexy enough. But this week we are for some
This week
sexy
we are.
things.
Because this week we watched Babe, colon, Pig in the
We
City.
went into
Not
Poland.
Babe.
He's
Not
also
1995 Babe. 1998.
there's also to no denominator that says whether or not he's shallow. So we'll get into that later. Babe,
God
it
damn,
doesn't tell you right off the bat.
you guys and your shallow shit. No, we
That's
watched Babe, Pig in the City, the sequel to Babe, which we've talked about actually a lot on this podcast. Both
Babe.
Babe and Babe Pig in the City, I think. We brought both of them up many times.
I had never seen Babe Pig in the City, Brandon, as you.
I never seen Babe Pig in the City, and I think I've
Have you
only
seen
ever seen
Babe?
Babe once, and I was
I think I saw one as Babe when I was a kid.
way too young to even recall any of it. Way too young to realize that it wasn't a 7-time Oscar nominee
Yeah. What
and an Oscar winner
and like for Best Picture and Best Director and Best Screenplay
and best screenplay, and it won
and
for best
Actor,
effect.
Best Supporting Actor. Yes.
Yeah, James Cromwell got one. So it was like highly touted, and I'm like, the Kids Pig movie? Yes, the Kids Pig
Yes.
movie.
But the first time director too, I'm sure we'll get into all of that stuff.
We sure will. But before we get to it, we're drinking beers today.
Let's see if you can guess based just on what's going on here.
It's looking like a Coke. Coke Zero. Ah!
Brandon was wrong.
What
You
about
should
mine?
know. Oh, it's a daiquiri.
It's a bottle of pills.
Oh, he's going hard.
Going
Brandon,
hard.
those could have fentanyl.
It is better. These are actually little pills with like emoji faces on them, and inside each of them is a little. No, it's not an oxy. Inside
oxy.
each of them is a little note from Marina.
Oh, and which one was oxy? I'll take that one.
You have to dig to find it. You have to eat a lot of paper before you get to the oxy.
Right. That's fun. That's a good game.
And I'm gonna eat all of her love notes apparently right now. But we've got a director. You know
this
him.
movie?
Every movie.
Every movie has a director.
And this one's George Miller. Like the George Miller.
The George Miller. Our George Miller. Many-time Oscar nominee. He's the Mad Max guy, right?
He's a Mad Max guy. He did Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior,
Also,
Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome,
also the
Mad
Happy
Max
Feet guy.
Road, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga. But then he's also done The Devil in the Evening Dress. He did Twilight Zone, the movie, 3,000 Years of Longing, The Witches of Eastwick, and Happy Feet 1 and 2.
And Lorenzo's Oil.
And Lorenzo's Oil. No, I didn't see that in there. I thought that was only a writing credit for him.
No, he directed Lorenzo's Oils as well.
Fuck.
That's okay. I I just listened to a podcast about George Miller in the last month or so. So I know that little fuck,
And that
little
was at
short
the
Australian
Babe
guy.
movies, right?
That was right. That's on our secret Patreon.
But yeah, so the Mad Max guy, the Happy Feet guy, and then a couple others spiced
Which
in there.
which is it's always like the biggest whiplash of any director ever, right? That the Mad Max guy did Happy Feet and did Big Pig in the
And
City.
Babe,
But,
yeah.
I mean, did you see Furiosa?
I've
This
not seen
last?
Furiosa yet.
Oh my God. It's like the most demented and torturous and gory of all of them. And he did Babe, and I mean that makes sense for Babe, but Happy Feet as well. He has so many different lenses.
And he directed it. He was also a writer of this. He's basically tries to direct all the stuff he wrote, except
Yeah.
the same stuff, but he didn't write The Devil in the Evening Dress or The Witches of Eastwick. So two
I
that
think
didn't come around.
The Witches of Eastwick is a pretty famous novel.
I think so too. Oh, and he wrote
I
the
want to read
original.
it.
He wrote the original Babe, but he was not the director of Babe.
Yeah, which is based on a book that he likes, I think.
Correct.
He also was slated to direct a Justice League movie at one point, and then it went out of control. And they said, "You can't do this anymore, George Miller." And he said,
So
"Fine, I'll
they
spend 15 more years doing Mad Max."
subbed in Snyder.
No, they scrapped it entirely and then let Snyder do his own thing. Yeah,
Oh,
it was supposed to be fucked up,
interesting.
if you could believe that.
And then other
I love
writers, though
George
he's
Miller.
not the sole one. You've got Judy Morris. She wrote Luigi's Ladies.
Nice,
She
like the guy.
wrote, yeah, I think so. She wrote Happy Feet. She wrote Meerkat Manor. Uh,
Ooh, Sesame.
Turtle, The Incredible Journey, Before the Rain, The Eye of the Storm, the Growing Up Pets film, and Chasing Wonders. It's a lot of like those
Animals.
animal, like Disney Channel animal, like movies that they made.
Who says shit? Yeah,
And
Seth
then
loves a good animal movie.
he does. And then
All
my
right.
last writer is Mark Lamprell. Only done 3 other things. He did Cut, he did Goddess, and he did My Mother Frank.
That's like a good movie.
Frank or My Mother Frank?
My Mother Frank. It probably Frank as well. You're right, but that probably also sounds transphobic, I guess.
A little bit.
Maybe it's transphilic. Maybe it loves them. Maybe they're a chaser.
Maybe. Wow. And so 3 writers. How about a cast? It's mostly voice actors.
With a couple Oscar nominees as well, and monkeys and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. You've got
what a cast.
Magda Zubanski.
She's she's good.
She is good. You've got Elizabeth Daily. You've
She's
got
good.
Mickey Rooney.
And what's his character's name, Brandon? Do you remember? Oh, I remember. It's Fugly. His name is
That's
Fugly.
right. Uncle Fugly.
What?
What a name.
Mm-hmm.
You've also got James Cromwell,
Oscar nominee.
Mary Stein, Danny
Maybe.
Mann,
Man.
Glenn Headley,
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Wright.
He's a famous guy.
He is a very famous guy. Nathan Kress from iCarly fame.
Who's he in iCarly?
He's Freddy.
Is he? He's a voice
Yes.
actor in this? That's
Yes,
crazy.
he is. I didn't
Freddy.
figure out. I didn't go back and look after I wrote the script and watched the movie, but I'll figure out who he is. He had to have been like that tiny little dog or kitten that's just like, I'm
Yeah.
hungry,
Oh,
because
yeah, definitely.
he was 4 when
What a
5 when this
horrifically
came out.
tragic character, by the way, but yeah.
And then Adam Goldberg.
That sounds like a familiar name too.
Wait, let me look him up because I looked at him and I thought he was in Inglorious Bastards,
Adam
but
Goldberg.
he's not. He was in.
He's in Glorious Bastards.
No, he's not in Glorious Bastards. He's in A Beautiful Mind, but that's not what I was thinking of. I'll scroll and I'll find it out.
That's fine.
It's going to be like 8 seconds. Oh, he was in Saving Private Ryan. He was Private Mellish. He was the Jewish soldier.
Okay. You got the Jews in World War II movies mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Good
I
cast.
did. Good cast. And then a plot. You know, Babe, the sheep pig.
Don't we normally do this in the middle of the movie?
No, that's only on auction-based episodes.
Oh, okay, sorry. Apologies.
I loved it. I was like, we're an hour and 13 minutes in. Let's do the plot.
Let's do this. Yeah, good call.
So you guys know Babe, you know, the sheep herding pig, wins the contest.
Sheep
pig. Well, this one, Babe, fresh from his victory in the sheep herding contest, returns to Farmer Hoggett's farm. But after Farmer Hoggett is injured and unable to work, he has to go to the big city to save the farm.
That all takes place in the first 35 seconds of the movie. You're right. And then the first 30. And then it turns into a Marxist horror movie. Yeah. For children.
I love that this movie picks up right where Babe ended. Like they're like, all right, here's great, just one.
Yeah, which if you remember Babe, at the end of Babe, it's like a totally self-contained movie, right? It's like definitive ending. Like no one ever is like, what happens after this? And then it's immediately like, here's what happens after this. Babe's coming back.
Babe 2.
George Miller's done a lot of sequels.
How many sequels has Babe had?
Well, just as a director, he's done a lot of sequels.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He's done like 7 of them. So he like has a thing for him.
Which is
good at them.
I was gonna say, which is hard to do. Sequels usually do not land. There's a couple of your historic franchises that have, but for the most part.
And they're all I think successful, the ones that I've seen, which are most of them.
Drew Miller,
all the Mad Maxes are different and unique and totally different.
I haven't seen Happy Feet 2, so I can't say for that, but
Happy Feet 2 is a pretty bizarre science fiction treatise on global warming in the end of it all.
I was ready for in Happy Feet 2 him to be tap dancing on graves in the Holocaust or something. You're like, whoa!
He does. Whoa, don't do that, Mumbles. Mumbles, no.
And then how about some history?
All right. Yeah. I would love
some coming. It's coming right at you.
So running back.
Babe, Pig in the City is a 1998 comedy drama adventure film, the sequel to the 1995 film Babe, which was based on a novel from 1983, a children's novel by British author Dick King Smith called The Sheep Pig, or in the United States it was named Babe the Gallant Pig. Set in rural England, where he spent most of his years as a farmer, it features a lone pig on a sheep farm, and he actually won the 1984 Guardian Children's Fiction Award, a once-in-a-lifetime book award judged by a panel of British children's writers.
Once-in-a-lifetime? Weird.
It got its first U.S. edition in '85, retaining the Rayner illustrations, and then there have been dozens of English-language editions and translations, and then the films that came to follow. But this film was co-written and produced, directed by George Miller, who co-wrote and produced the original film. Chris Noonan, the original director of the first Babe from '95, had no involvement with this sequel due to a bitter falling out with producer and co-writer George Miller, because Noonan felt that Miller was trying to take credit for the original and severely downplay his role in the film's creation, a conflict that had began during the filming of the first movie. Noonan was not even invited to the 1998 film's premiere. In an interview with Australian website Shore Life, Noonan was asked about the sequel and said that he had never even been slightly interested in making a sequel, feeling the original Babe was perfect as it was and that there was nowhere to go for a sequel, and said that if it had been up to him, this film would have never been made.
Yeah, I think they still hate each other too. And it was interesting because that was Noonan's first ever movie that he directed, Babe. He was like Oscar directed, and then he's only ever made one other movie since, and then
Mm-hmm.
he's done like nothing else.
Yeah, and imagine coming out swinging, first film, nominated, 7 Oscars, and you're obviously like, this can't get better. I made a masterpiece, which it shows that he
Yeah,
did. And this hotshot guy next to you is like, we're gonna change it.
yeah, and I think we'll get into it later, but I think like it was a little bit less, it was way oddly received, made pretty much worsely received, didn't make as much money. So it's interesting that Miller's still the one that's always like fucking genius, and this guy never got another shot.
Yeah, yeah, you're jumping ahead, but you are correct. This movie had nowhere near the recognition, the praise, or the success that the original Babe had. And honestly, the
On a
film
widespread
itself,
basis, yeah.
I think, is a forgotten film. Everybody kind of knows Babe based on like the Charlotte's Web stories as well. You make that
And
connection,
that'll
but
be the
then you're
pig.
like, wait, Babe Pig in the City.
He gets to go to the city. He forgets sometimes.
So, some history,
Obviously.
some spicy tea that we're doing over martinis.
I was reading a book too. Here's the book. Here it is.
2666.
Yeah, it's long. It's big.
How many pages?
Um, 900.
Oh, fuck.
Sexy.
That doesn't sound like fun.
It's a great story. It's the
I'm
books that
glad
are good you don't want to end.
I'm glad we're bringing up numbers, 900, 2666, because it's budget time.
Budget? You
And
you sick fuck. Yeah.
can you guess the dime?
That's Thank you, Robert. We need to get Robert back on
We
for
do
like
need to get
something
Rob
good
back
and
on.
challenging. I'll guess a dime. Why not?
Hey, how much do you think this movie cost to make?
$75 million.
It's a high guess for
Seth win?
98.
Does
Seth
Seth
does
win?
win. He
Ooh, how
does.
much?
90 million.
90. That's crazy, boy.
In 1998, that's a massive.
That's crazy, boy.
That is crazy, boy.
That's crazy boy
Um,
territory.
how about opening weekend? This released on November 29th, 1998. Where do you think this is pulling in?
Thanksgiving weekend, maybe.
Yeah. Babe was loved.
Was he beloved? I'll say 18 million.
Oh, Seth wins.
Fuck
It's
him. He's not
6.2
even
million.
here. Just give me that one. He's not even here. He won't even know. He doesn't even
No,
listen.
no, no, no. 6.2 million.
1-1. He'll sneak one by. 6.2, that's
US,
not good.
US and Canada.
Opening weekend?
Just total. Domestic.
Oh. 8 probably goes to 25.
It was 6.2, not 8.
6 goes to 20.
20 million. You're the winner today. It's 18.3.
That's 18
Not.
though against 90. No.
And
That's
then
bad.
worldwide.
I mean, China loves Babe, right? They love
Finally
Babe.
loves Babe. Yeah, of
They went nuts
course.
for Babe. I'll say 100 million. They got it back.
69.1. Seth wins.
For Babe of all pigs.
Babe of all pigs and of all people did
And of
not
all
perform.
locations. Yeah. I think the Babe
Lost
is like
$21 million worldwide, and domestically didn't even break 20. It's a $70 million deficit.
I think
Not good.
Babe made like $250 million or something.
Yeah, Babe was a huge financial and critical success.
So wow, they rejected Babe going to the city. The people did with their wallets.
Which is weird because you'd think
Not interested.
that at least opening weekends, people would be like, let's go see the sequel. And then the word of mouth would come out and it's like, oh, it's not
Like, it was
quite the
weird.
same.
It's
And then it
weird,
would
yeah.
drop. But no. So
No, they rejected it outright.
They go in there. This is scary.
Yeah, don't go. I want my
I
money
don't,
back.
I don't
It was
like being in the
scary.
city.
It's rated G,
It is rated G.
not PG. Like for like toddlers and shit.
They, I did find, is that one of my facts? I guess I didn't put it down. It was originally rated PG and they did an appeal to it and changed it to G.
That's crazy. What are the dogs called? The cat pussy.
I know. One dog is hanging
He
from a
does. He
bridge and
dies.
drowning. He
He
dies.
drowns to death, and then he comes back, I guess. But what a movie. Yeah.
I
Okay,
I
Ben.
thought I thought Flealick was a goner when you saw that wheel spinning.
I mean, they like like they fuck the dogs and like eat the dogs and shit. That was the subtext, right?
Yes,
The poodle, the
yes.
monkeys,
The poodle
they
and the
like
monkeys.
abuse prostitutes.
The monkeys were literally showmen that were not getting paid.
It's a rough life in the city, by all accounts.
And they're comparing it as a G rating to
By all
fucking
accounts.
Barney.
Did we?
Taglines.
I think there's probably they have taglines.
There's two.
Give me them in your best uh city voice.
Yeah.
Please.
Which city? Just the city? Megalopolis?
Well, exactly. Yeah.
The amalgamation of
All the cities.
from the skyline when he's looking through it,
It's cities.
every city imaginable.
And like walking through it, yeah.
Yeah. Uh this little pig went to the city.
Wow. He did he?
Because like the list little piggies.
And do the next one in a shallow voice.
Shut the fuck up. It's got to be like it's got to, but shallow. It can't be deep then. So it's got to be really high, but also not full force. It's got to be
Wispy.
breathy. Yeah. In the heart of the city, a pig with heart.
Oh, that's good.
In the heart of a
That is
city,
good.
a pig with heart. Or
Huh.
this little pig went to the city.
I think I like the second one better. I
I
like a
think I like
little word inversion.
the first one better. I like
Because
the
we love
little.
folk tales
I
and
like
nursery
folk tales.
rhymes.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I have a kid, so I have to like nursery rhymes.
And I liked word inversions as a kid, so I have to do
What about taglines of our own?
that. Um,
Pig in the city, more like pig in pity.
oh, because he's sad sometimes. How about Muslims don't eat pork, but you can watch him in the city. That's not against the rules.
uh Babe, Pig in the City, favorite movie of P. Diddy.
Well, that wouldn't sell very well anymore.
That wouldn't. Maybe back in '98 it would, but not today.
Yeah, but he was Puff Daddy back then, I believe, or maybe
That's
Diddy
true. Or just
or
Diddy, yeah.
Puffy. Yeah,
Puffy P.
Puffy Daddy. Um, how about something to do with like a pig, a city maybe?
What about like come to the theaters and pig out?
Yeah, yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that. Um, farmer, farmer's in trouble, and Babe's got to save him.
That's very basic. I thought when you paused after Farmer, I thought it was gonna be Farmer, I hardly know her.
Farmer, I hardly know her. We should go with your first one. It was clever and unique
Pig
and
in the
kid friendly.
city equals. There's an equal sign in it. Pig
Little
in
math.
pity. What about
Yeah,
what about if we do one where it's like fugly
pig facts.
pussy, like all
Fugly
the things
pussy
that they.
facts. I like that. Let's do fugly pussy
Whoa,
facts.
whoa! No, I was gonna say that as the tagline, but all right, that can be. Babe, fact in the city.
Oh, yeah, fugly pussy facts.
Fugly pussy facts is our front runner right now.
I think
Gee,
Seth would be proud of that one. It's in the movie, Brandon.
it is. It's crazy that it is. Oh my
Just
god.
fugly, fugly pussy facts.
One of the characters' names is like Lutharios or something. The other one's just Uncle Fugly.
Uncle Fugly. That's Mickey Rourke's character, by the way. And then there's like a Hoverness, like
Not
Hoverness or something.
not Mickey Rourke, Mickey Rooney.
That's what I meant, Mickey Rudy. Yeah, they're the same
Mickey
guy.
Rourke would have definitely played Uncle Fugly in '98.
He is a fugly, sure. Uh, it reminds me of what are the things called? Weren't they fuglies or something in Spy Kids? Foglies or
The
Fugloos or something? The
Yeah, it's
Fugly Fug
Fugly's,
Towns or something?
not the Fugly Fugtown, but it is something like that. Ah, what is it? It's so long since we
Fugly.
reviewed Spy Kids. Holy shit.
I would say like a similar ethos to this movie, but I think we should go with Fugly Pussy Facts.
Fugly Pussy Facts. All right, let's fucking do it. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't type that in into the Google. Type in Fugly Pussy. Don't do it.
Yeah, if you're trying to find our podcast and things, do not use that as the search. I would probably just search the good, the bad, and the movies, but
type in type in Sethy Boy and you'll find us.
type in Big Dog and
Shallow
you'll
Hal. Yeah.
I've got 9 fucking pussy facts.
Great. It's a
The first
rich
one,
movie.
this was the biggest flop of 1998, despite the first film's success. The box office failure of this and the equally expensive Meet Joe Black from 1998 led to the resignation of then Universal head Casey Silver.
Wow. Poor Casey. Hey, Joe Black is a movie with Brad Pitt plays Death, right?
Yes.
Have you seen that one? Yeah.
I've not seen it. I've heard
You've heard
much.
of it. I think it's pretty good, I've heard, actually.
Next, the ape named Thelonious is a reference to the jazz pianist Thelonious Monk.
Of course we know. The Thelonious Monkey? Yeah, that's great. I love Thelonious Monk. He's a great jazz pianist, I think, mostly.
Except he is a pianist, except he's not a monkey, he's an ape. So the connection is lost.
A little racist. You're right. You're right.
Next fugly pussy fact.
I mean, while we're talking fugly and while we're talking Thelonious, George Miller is the best names for anything ever. Like his Mad Max characters are so good.
Mm-hmm.
There was like fucking Gas General and fucking Nuki the Bitch, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now we have Fugly.
And Thelonious.
And Thelonious and Mumbles.
And then there was Flealick, like I said.
Flealick is good.
Ferdinand the Duck.
The best character of the movie, yeah.
Next, in 2006, a universally panned video game based on the film was released on the PlayStation 2.
For Babe or Pig in the City?
Pig in the City.
What?
8 years
That's
after
crazy.
it came out on film, it came out on the PlayStation 2.
What was the video game that I watched gameplay of recently? Or maybe in the last year or so.
We had like a run of them where it was like Hotel for Dogs.
Hotel for Dogs.
And G-Force.
And G-Force, the video game. G-Force was a better video game.
Man, and I was watching this at one point, and I was like, oh my god, this is just Hotel for Dogs.
A little bit, of course. A little bit Hotel for Dogs energy, yeah. Set up a much darker energy, for sure.
Correct. Next fact is that this film was film critic Gene Siskel's pick for the best film of 1998. It was the final film to top one of his yearly best of lists, as he died in February of 1999, less than 3 months after its release. And this is one of the facts that you brought up many times. This is Gene Siskel's favorite film of 98, a year with Saving Private Ryan, The Thin Red Line, Shakespeare in Love,
Shakespeare in
which
Love, and many. I mean, it's big, big this city. What do you think? I mean, I'll have to read his review more in depth. But we'll probably talk about that later too. But it's why did he latch onto this so heavily,
I don't
so
know.
enthusiastically? I mean, you can see maybe like you can see Miller all over this dang thing, right? I mean, he's obviously the director, but it's such a Mad Max movie that he just fell such in love with that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
And
so
like,
it's such a crazy fact.
so when you think about that 99 Oscars with those films, do you think Shakespeare in Love did win because they split the votes on the two war movies?
Probably. I've heard that like Weinstein ran like an all-time great Oscar campaign for it too, and like
Mm,
really politicked its way up there, and it's like the playbook for getting Oscar movies won. So probably a little bit
interesting.
of both. Yeah,
Because, I mean,
towards the
looking,
normal man.
I know that I think you like The Thin Red Line more than Saving Private, right?
Yeah, that's a five out of five. Perfect movie. A crazy beautiful movie. Oh my God.
And I have Saving Private as a 5 out of 5. But I think either way, each one was. I've never seen Shakespeare in Love, but all I've
I've
ever
seen
heard is that
I've
they're
seen bits of
better.
it. Yeah. It's an odd. Ben Affleck's good in it.
And Gwyneth Paltrow
She's Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah.
of Shallow Hal
Shallow
fame.
Hal. I was gonna say.
She was not shallow.
She's kind of shallow in that one. Played Anne Hathaway a little bit. They should have got Anne Hathaway to play Anne Hathaway, but she was like
No, I meant in
8 years
Shallow
old at the time.
Hal.
So she's pretty. Yeah, she was pretty deep in all sorts
Yeah,
of facets. They should have got Anne Hathaway.
they should have.
For Anne
Next
Hathaway.
fact is that the view, oh, and we kind of talked about this, the view from Babe's window at the Animal Hotel includes sights of the Hollywood sign, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Sydney Opera House, the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, the Rio de Janeiro Statue of Christ, the World Trade Centers, the Empire State Building, the Chrysler Building, what appears to be
Yeah.
the Moscow Red Square Cathedral, and some other famous landmarks. So in this vista, the Christ statue overlooks the Hollywood sign, and then a helicopter and airplane can be seen close to the Twin Towers.
Oh no. Get them
3
away.
years before.
Yeah. I mean, it's the city, right?
They were like, all right, San Francisco, LA, New York.
Everything.
Oh, I saw the
One of the
Sears
streets are
Tower in there
Venice.
too, in
Yeah.
Chicago. So they got the big four, and then yeah, you got
Venice Beach,
Rio, Venice, you got Sydney, you got
Santa Monica.
Moscow,
It's the
Italy,
city.
France, London. It's the city.
It's so good. I love it. I love it.
Next fact. This is a favorite film of actor-singer Tom Waits, who
That makes
confessed
sense.
to watching it so frequently that his children began to hate it.
Oh,
I read an article where he was
maybe they
like,
were just
they're like,
creeps.
can you tell me about your movies? Like, do you mean Babe? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, I watch this so much. And then it'd be like, guys, we should watch a movie. And then the kid's like, not the pig movie.
Yeah. Yeah, brother of Siskel, I guess, spiritually.
Tom Waits and
Similar
Gene Siskel.
on the same wavelength for this.
Separated at birth, actually.
That's right.
They were
Siamese
conjoined.
twins.
They were conjoined. Yeah, they had to be pulled apart.
They did. That's right.
They were just
Cousins.
conjoined at the pinky. It was a weird Siamese system.
And they weren't identical at all.
No, not at all. Next fact. In 2011, Ron Meyer, the president and COO of Universal Studios, told an audience at the Savannah, Georgia Film Festival that Babe, Pig in the City was one of the 2 worst movies that Universal had ever made. The other one that he singled out was
Oh.
called Wolfman.
Oh, I love Wolfman.
Have you seen the Wolfman?
No, I have a wolf. I haven't seen Wolfman. A little harsh for Pig in the City. He's just a little. He's trying.
Overly harsh.
He's trying.
Next, Mickey Rooney had a mental breakdown during filming. Originally, he had more screen time in the film, but a good chunk of his scenes were trimmed or cut altogether because Test
Hated
audiences,
Pugly.
Universal executives, and even the MPAA found his performance too intense and scary for children.
That's Pugly. I could see why. What did he? What did he have to? What did he die from, or have to leave from?
I
Something
don't know. His
stupid.
heart, I think his heart just stopped.
It was like overeating or something. They said. They said he like
I
ate
don't
too much.
I don't remember
Oh.
that. But now that is a fugly
Fever
pussy
dream.
fact.
It's a fucking pussy pack.
Oh, Marina and I were having a discussion today because I had this thought in the shower the other day. When somebody has a hysterectomy, they take
Yeah.
out the uterus. I was like, what do they connect the vagina to? Is it just empty after that? Like,
Um, to the to the to the butt, I think probably.
no, they don't. What they do is they cusp off the cervix and like cauterize it together so it is an empty, it's a closed cavern. It's not just into the
Wow.
body.
A closed cavern. Nice.
Yeah,
Good way to describe it. That's right. I think that's right.
it is right. I don't know about the terminology that I use there, but they
The
do
spelunky.
cusp off and cauterize the end of the cervix.
Ooh, that'd be a
Make
fun
it
job.
dead end.
Pussy well. Yeah, that'd be a good job. That'd be a good job.
A fugly pussy welder.
A fucking pussy welder. That's nice. This is horrific.
And my last is nominations.
How dare how who okay. Killer
First off,
ants.
the BAFTAs.
The BAFTAs, the British Academy of Film
Nomination for Best Special
and
Effects.
Television Arts. Okay. They had a lot of
Uh,
animals talking.
didn't
A
win.
lot of animal
Academy
mouths moving.
sci-fi and good syncing to it as well, I thought. Like really good.
Usually we hate movies where animals' mouths are animated, but they had a lot of care into it.
This was great, yeah. Next, the Academy of Sci-Fi, Fantasy, and Horror Films nomination for Best Fantasy Film.
Perfect. Kind of a
Yeah.
fantasy film.
Kids' Choice Awards got a Blimp Award nomination for Favorite Animal Actor for Babe. Motion Picture
I find that
Sound Editing in a Foreign Feature.
Babe's kind of the worst character.
I loved some of these characters. Like you said, Ferdinand, the monkeys were great.
The one monkey, I swear, talks exactly like the radio announcer on Reservoir Dogs. Where's the Gay Billy super sounds of the 70s? We've got the monster truck rally this weekend. It's the Behemoth. I think that's him. I swear to God, that's
That was
him.
Stephen Wright playing Bob the chimp.
I swear to God, maybe Stephen Wright did that. I don't know.
Whoops.
On Reservoir
Let's
Dogs.
see. The Satellite Awards nomination for Best Original Song, That'll Do from Randy Newman, and for Best Visual Effects. At the Young Star Awards, nomination for Best Performance in a Voice-Over Talent, which was a winner for Miles Jeffrey, who played Easy. I don't know who Easy was, which
I think
character
he's the
that
pit
was.
bull.
I don't think
The
he had a
pit bull.
name. Maybe. Young Artist Awards that different
That's
from the
rude.
Young Star Awards. Miles Jeffrey got nominated but didn't win there, and nomination for Best Family Feature. And the last three, Stinkers Bad Movie Awards, nomination
Oh.
for the sequel nobody was clamming for. The Clotrudius Awards, nomination for Best Cinematography,
Interesting.
which
Yeah,
I like.
literary. Yeah.
I loved the
Yes.
cinematography. And the Academy Awards, an Oscar nomination
Wow.
for Best Original Song, That'll Do.
That'll do, pig. Which I was laughing, not at the award, but just like it truly runs the gambit, this movie, right? It has Oscar nominees, it's got cinematography awards, it's got BAFTA awards, and it also has got stinkers, it's got a horrific flop awards, it's got it all.
Yep.
It's an interesting gambit of awards.
It was nominated for Worst Family Film in one of them, and it was nominated for Best
Nice.
Family Film in one of them.
And I honestly, I don't think that either side is like completely inaccurate in their like if they wanted that to be the takeaway. They love this movie for their families.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think like
agree.
you can maybe discredit. Maybe this isn't one of those movies that we always have where it's like bad and good. It's like
Yeah, this doesn't fit into the good. This doesn't fit into the bad. This is the
it's a
movies.
movie. It's a movie.
Yeah. Oh, hell
You're
yeah.
right. Yeah.
The the thoughts of it on this film are bipolar, just like Nicole Kidman.
She's like Nicole Kidman.
She's got split personalities.
She definitely has that before.
Have we? I don't think we made her have split personality disorder yet.
She's definitely. Okay, so her split personality. She's Nicole Kidman in one.
Yeah, she's just an actress.
And then the other, she's in the city.
The other, she's in the city. She loves eating raw fish and playing the guitar.
Oh yeah, and she like yells at homeless people for intruding on her space.
She's the one that like greenlit all the anti-homeless projects where they put like the spikes on the benches and stuff like that.
Her and Steph Curry, yeah.
She Nicole Kidman's split personality is partnered with Steph Curry to develop anti-homeless
That's
technology.
right. But that's not her true belief. That's just her bipolar identity.
Correct. The other
Okay.
other Nicole still doesn't like the homeless, but she doesn't hate them.
No, she's ambivalent towards them.
She doesn't call them transients like the
She
bipolar
doesn't
version.
kick them, yeah,
Yeah.
and pour acid on them on the street. Yeah.
That's her
Excuse
anti-homeless
me.
technology. It's not like installing spikes, it's just kicking them.
Yeah, it's her technology. Here's the 21st century, bitch. Little to no empathy on that, Nicole.
And on our part for that talk and fugly pussy facts and
Yeah, we're
cervix welders and
we should go take a cold shower. Yeah.
we should just cut it here before we get into a movie movie
The
movie
movie,
movie
movie, movie,
movie movie
movie,
movie
movie,
movie
movie,
movie
movie, movie.
movie.
So we're not gonna do the second half.
Yeah, we never do it.
We only talk about Babe in the City is kind of crazy, Brandon.
Like I said, I have 10 minutes left, but I've really enjoyed this film.
It's it's a Mad Max. It's such a George Miller movie in all of its like energy and cameras and fucking characters and everything.
Well, and the thing was, is I was like reading all of these reviews that were like, this is so dark. This is so not what Babe is about. This is so anti-family. And then as I was watching it, I was like, I'm not getting any of this right now. Like I mean, there are there's definitely dark undertones, but like.
That's the whole point. Yeah, is Babe just like fucking unites them all. They're a new family now.
Yeah.
This shining blonde pig of goodness. Yeah.
And maybe it helps that I haven't seen Babe in forever and know it and hold it near and dear to my heart. But
it's fucking nuts. But yeah,
I was really enjoying it.
it's crazy. All right, tomorrow potentially.
Potentially, I'm off earlier tomorrow, so I could do it around 8 or.
I can't do it Tuesday.
Okay.
I have a game.
Okay.
That will probably lose.
We can shoot for tomorrow or Wednesday. I should be good tomorrow.
All right, my brother and Fug.
It's terrible.
All right, see ya.